What's up, everybody? John from Old Reading Farm here. Got a new jacket. It's got a big hood, which is nice because it is currently like 12 frickin' degrees, which is not enough degrees. There's needs to be more degrees out here. And I'm actually not sure how long my phone will actually film because it is so cold. I can even see the picture sort of stuttering right now, which is crazy. But anyway, it is February 2nd. Oh, man. So I guess I'm sort of filming this and it'll come out tomorrow, so it's at least relevant. So winter is frickin' kicking my ass. It has been so cold for so long. It's unbelievable. And, you know, you can sort of see it here. So we had a bunch of snow, you know, from a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and then it rained and it immediately froze. This thing was a whole ice slick. The path down to my carving shed was an ice slick. Everything is an ice slick. So, I mean, even like, you know, we have to keep hammering out our peacock water. Luckily, they can jump up on there and drink from right there. But, you know, all of our waterers are heated. But I mean, even like, look at that. Like this thing. I mean, it's crazy. Because that thing should be plenty fine to heat that whole tank. Oh, we got our alpacas here. Out of all of our animals, these guys are the ones who have the least amount of problems with the cold. And so, like I said before, and like I say, like all the time when we're at shows and stuff, hi, Cookie. No, hi, Cookie. Bye, Cookie. Ladies, what's going on? Hi, Macy. Coco Loco. And Connie, and of course Brownie. So these guys, their fiber is so well insulating that their body heat doesn't escape to melt snow that's on their backs. So like they'll be out here with like 3 inches of snow on their backs because their body heat never escapes to melt the snow. So these guys do just fine. And the nice thing about when we sold a few of these ladies, and so now they actually do all fit in this barn, which is, I think it's either 12 by 16 or 10 by 20. I can't remember. But, you know, they all snuggle up and get nice and warm, so they're doing just fine. We also cleaned up an area on the donkey barn, and there's 2 pieces right there that I still need to cut off to get a flush edge there. And so the donkeys are also doing fine. And I'm not sure that I actually gave you guys a tour of the finished or semi-finished barn, so why don't I do that now? They get a little bit scared when I come up on them too fast, but they always come around and they'll let me scratch them. They're probably gonna go get some water now. But so, you know, it's been so wet, so we've put a ton of shavings in here to give them a nice thick bedding, and I put both of their hay feeders in here to keep them in here. And man, they are just little poop machines, let me tell you. So then in here, we have what are gonna be 2 stalls. I just built a little false wall right here so that I could hook the door up to it. Because I didn't want to have like a 6-foot door that would require, it'd be too much weight to hold on either, you know, like this, which is actually pretty structurally sound. And so this is just like building sort of like a regular wall. I mean, it's not structural or anything like that. And then I just have 2 bys going across. So I mean, it's all oak, and I think the 2x4s are pine. But so it is very heavy, so it's pretty heavy duty. But so this is our door, and it works on, you know, like these types of hinges. So this is what's on the door, and this is what's on the rail, these little rings. So that way I can come and just bloop, put it on there. So this is it's a little smaller than I anticipated. It's like just under 8 foot by 8 foot. But so me, the farrier, and the 2 donkeys fit in here just fine. Same with me and Catherine and the 2 donkeys. I think the only time it may be a little bit tight is when we have the vet tech, me, and the 2 donkeys in here. In which case, if I really need to, at some point, I'm going to be doing the same thing on this side, where I build the little false wall here, and then we can have 2 stalls. So like if we really need to, we can put one in here and one in the other one. But they're so Velcroed to each other, I wouldn't want to do that. And I mean, 2 of them in here is plenty of space for them. Let me make sure there's plenty of fresh pine shavings. So you'll also see I have a little tiny hay loft up there. I haven't tried to put a ton up here, but what I did do, because originally we were going to use chainsaw carving shavings down here, but it just wasn't enough and consistent enough. And it was just a little tough to get them all, up here. So I went and got a pallet of pine shavings. And so I have a bunch of pine shavings in my hay storage. And then I had, I think, 3 up there. So we go through I don't know, it's like half a bag a day, which is kind of a lot, but I would rather them have nice dry hooves than, wet hooves that cause problems. Is it hooves or is it hooves? New to this equine thing. But so I guess that was one of the things that our farrier said was they needed like a little bit more of a drier spot, because I didn't know that donkeys were from deserts. Who knew? But so anyway, so I don't know exactly. I haven't tried to stuff a ton of hay up there, but I could probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, close to 10 bales, which would be a lot. They go through maybe like half a bale of hay a day. It's the type of hay that they won't really get fat on, so that's good. So they can, they obviously don't free feed, but the vet said basically, sort of give them enough so that they eat it throughout the day, but not that there's like a ton left over. Little Hazel back there. Hi, Hazel. They are so funny. I also did some organization in here because I wanted to get this started on the right foot, the right hoof. So we got their jackets hanging up right here, and so the vet said also with the donkeys to sort of let them do their thing. If you see that they're shivering, definitely coat them. Otherwise, let them grow in their winter coat, because if they don't sort of adapt to their environment, they'll continually need the coat and yada yada. That's why we don't lock them in here. That's why we don't have their coat on them all the time. We just keep an eye on them, and if we see that they're shivering, we put the coat on them immediately. But there's only been a couple days where it was like less than 10 degrees where they were actually seemingly cold. But again, they can come in here, and it's actually much warmer in here, oddly enough. But so anyway, so we've got their coats hanging up over here, and I also have, their halters and stuff. I got the ladder for the hay loft, the rake and all the stuff to pick up their poop hanging on the wall, so nothing's on the floor. So that's nice. And I just freaking love these donkeys. They're so much fun. And I mean, obviously, right now they're staying away from me, which is fine. I understand. But anyway, so I'm actually out here because I need to get more corner braces, as well as a few other things. Because due to the cold weather, walk in here. So this is the big house, which used to be an absolute complete disaster, and now it is less of a disaster. I'm still working on getting it all cleaned out, as you can see, but it's a lot cleaned out, a lot more cleaned out than it was. But I need to get some corner braces, and I want to get some screws because the cold weather has frozen several of our chicken run doors to the ground and broken them. So what I'm going to do today is go through and fix those doors. Luckily, I can just raise the doors up a little bit, and then put a little threshold down at the bottom to sort of get it away from the ground. Because the problem is when we put the chicken coops there, they're on a big angle. But anyway, I'll go down and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so down here at the chickens. So this is one of the doors. And so you can sort of see this was frozen to the ground. And, I will say something else. This is all non-pressure treated lumber. This has been here for 3 years, and it's still, doing pretty good. Obviously, it's broken a couple times. But so you can see I need to raise this door up because, we're getting some kickback from here. And, I mean, this is just solid. So I just want to raise this up. Maybe an inch will make a difference, and then that's going to shut correctly. This is the one that was frozen in the ground. And then same thing right here. So I have this little top bar here. So I'm probably just going to raise this up. I'll probably take that out, get the door situated on there, and then put that threshold up. Same with that one and that one. All right, so I'm going to get started on that. Hopefully I can do this pretty quickly, and then I'll show you guys the final result. I would try to do a time lapse, but I don't think my phone would like it very much. So see you in a second. All right, so we are now all set. I need to do something about this one. Whatever screws the previous John used to screw these in, I don't have the right bit for. Although I did have it when I took these out, but now the bit is gone. I don't know where it's at, so that's no good. But now these doors open just fine. They got a little oak threshold there. They shut fine, which is also nice. Easy open, easy close is always the best. And I also, we had a collapse in the toll bunt run like a couple months ago due to snow. And so I went through and I fixed this one also. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that one. I guess I'll have to go get a bit because I do want to fix that. And there's really no other way for me to do that. But yeah, I'm not sure, but it's way too cold. I think it's time for lunch, so I'm gonna head up there. Anyway, this has been really fun, guys. Thanks for joining me, and let's cross our fingers for some warmer weather, huh? That'd be nice.